Hello and welcome to another video. In this video it's going to be a bit of an update video because I've been doing a lot of little bits of tinkering around in the van. Getting it ready for a holiday. Yeah, we're off up to Scotland for a couple of weeks, so that'd be pretty cool. Hopefully going up the west coast and seeing all the sights up there. I've never been up that far in Scotland before, and the kids haven't really been there, so I thought it'd be a pretty cool trip to do. So yeah, so I'll show you what I've been up to. It's kind of like one of the things is with the bed. I've been, as you might see, I've been tinkering with the foam, and that was a bit of a mission, but I'll get into it. I'm not showing any of the build process of anything I've been doing on these ones, but it's just kind of like, I'll just show you them done, and that's it. So yeah, so let's get into it. First thing, let's have a look at the bed. So as you can see, we've now covered the foam. You didn't see this before because I had that cover over the top, but we spent quite a while getting all this right, trying to make it nice and tight. We haven't done the most professional of jobs, but it's perfectly functional. I'm quite happy with it. I think it looks okay. So yeah, I think this has gone pretty well. We'll have a look at all the little individual parts and I'll show you what's going on. So one of the things I made was a couple of these little things, because what I did was I chopped this foam back down so it was actually level with the edge of this seat here. But then once I did that, I needed it to come out a little bit to fill up the entire space. So that's what I made these for. I'll show you it in action in a minute. And I've cut the holes in for the seat belts. So I've got the seat belts through. I made like a little tube, and then stitched these in. I'm not very good at stitching. This is just a quilt cover, this. It's just like a bit temporary, but to be honest with it, I'll end up keeping it. I know what it's like. The whole foam is really temporary, like I said before in the other video, because it's not very even. So I've had to order some proper foam. It'll be all the same all the way throughout, but yeah, it's turned out not too bad, and it's perfectly functional, and that'll do for me for now. So yeah, so I've got two of these little things now. This one's covering up a pretty good mistake here. So if I move this out of the way, yeah, as you can see, we had to stitch in an extra panel on this one, because when I was cutting the quilt cover up to size, I accidentally picked up the wrong piece of foam and cut it completely wrong. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, it took us a while to get this all sorted, but it's good enough. So I'll put it into bed mode, and you can see it as a full platform again, as it is now. So I'll do that in a sec. So now I've got to move the bottom seat pad forward, and then those two armrests then fill that little gap that's made by that. So they lock all the cushions together as well, which is quite nice, so all the cushions don't float about all over the place. So I just got to tuck everything in and everything looks fine. I realise that the back cushions have a different pattern, but I don't really care. They're the old ones. I'm not going to redo them now because they fit well. I'm not going to mess about with it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think one thing to note is that gap in between the end of the bed and the seat. I can actually fill that with the little table and just use the seat pad on there. So it's actually quite nice to extend the bed if I need it. But that's the bed for now. I think that's all I'm going to do to it until I get the new foam, and then maybe professionally upholster them. I don't know. So let's move on to the next mod. So the next mod. Now, here we go. I've had this little unit for quite a while now. I built it at the same time when I built the kitchen unit, so it does match. And the reason why I've brought it back now is because now I've got my cooker in the sliding drawer. I don't need to put it on top of the kitchen unit anymore, so I don't need as much space up there. So I thought, I know, I'll have extra storage, and that's what I've gone for. I've gone for the double-decker storage. I might actually put something even on the top of that as well, like a little overhead cupboard above that. But at the moment, this is something nice and easy for me to just get straight on there. And I quite like the little map design on the back. Makes it look pretty cool, I think. So yeah, that's mod number 2, my little double-decker storage. So on to mod number 3. Now, what's this one going to be? So mod number 3, here we go, and it's to do with the cooker. So as you can see, you might not notice this, it's a bit subtle, but I've put a little tab pull out thing and just to help me open the drawer, and I've rounded off all the corners, and I've actually cut down the front of the drawer a little bit, so it is a little bit shorter, which is why I've got that tab. But that's not the actual mod I was going to show you. So I'll open the drawer and I'll show you what I've done. Now, inside there, in its little storage place, is this that I made. Now I made this out of an older tumble dryer side, so I'm recycling here, and it's a little fire guard. So I got a riveter recently, so I thought this was a nice little project for it, so I just riveted a couple of hinges in. So I think this will actually make a really good splash guard as well, so if I'm frying anything in there, this will be a nice way to just keep the oil and the fat away from the curtain. And yeah, it's just a little bit of sheet metal and a couple of hinges. It's pretty simple. So on to mod number 4. Now this is more of a new addition than a mod really, but I've got myself a roof box, as you can see. This was a second-hand roof box. I got it off Facebook Marketplace. I was pretty happy with the condition. It looks almost like brand new, even though it's quite an old one really, as you can tell from the sticker. It looks like an 80s thing, but I do love it. I think that sticker really has sold it to me. And yeah, there's a couple of features I like about this. A is the size. This is on top of the van now. The size is superb. I don't know how many litres it is. I'm gonna have to guess at 320, something like that. But I also like the fact that it's got the lock at the back, so it opens up, tilts at the front, so that means I can access it both sides, which is pretty cool. So to get up to the roof box, I've got this tiny little ladder, which was part of a loft ladder. It was like a 2-part thing, and it just came with our house, and it was broken anyway, so I just repurposed it for the van, and it's been really cool for getting up to the roof on that. Yeah, it's a bit of a fiddle, but it's not too bad to do the lock on this. What's quite nice is the fact that you can actually, once you've opened it, you can just leave the key out and it will lock itself when you put it back down, as long as you don't leave the keys inside, which would be terrible, wouldn't it? But yeah, look at that, loads of room. I've got a couple of boogie boards in there at the moment, just so you can see the kind of size of it. I've already loaded it up and seen what I can get in there. I can get absolutely tons. Got to be careful not to put too much up there, so I'm going to keep it pretty light. But I've got an issue, guys. I don't like how high up that roof box looks, so do you know what I did? This has only happened literally this morning. I ran out and I found some more things on Facebook Marketplace. I found these little really cool G3 bars, and these look quite nice. These are steel bars, nice aero design on them still, and they've got this really cool slot which will help me to actually fit these, but I'm going to try and reduce the gap that's underneath the roof box because I just don't like it. So I've completed the job. Again, I've not videoed any of that bit, but yeah, look at that now. They're really low now, so that's going to look a lot better, and I think it'll probably aid the aerodynamicness of the whole situation anyway. So yeah, let's whack the roof box back on top and see what it looks like now. So I think that looks a lot better. I'm so happy now it's a lot lower. Obviously that's going to help me to get inside the box as well, because it's probably a good sort of 6 or 7 inches lower. And yeah, I think that looks good now. I'm happy. There we have it. So that's all the updates that I've done so far. This is kind of like getting ready for the trip. I've got to do things like check the oil and check the valve saver fluid, which is for the LPG. So just a couple of oil checks, and I think we're good to go really. And so hopefully the next video might possibly be a kind of a video of what we got up to in Scotland. So probably not going to get anything out for the next few weeks because we'll be out doing the trip obviously, and then I'll be editing, and then yeah, we'll see what happens, and hopefully it'll be a good time and the bongo works flawlessly. Fingers crossed. You never know, do you? Might be coming back on a flatbed, but who knows? It's the joy of bongo ownership maybe. But yeah, so I think that'll do for this video, so I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.